I've never seen that stuff before. Frankie's voice cracked with fear. All at once, he sounded like a small child. I don't even know how it got into my bag. Sinchita felt a cold blade of doubt slice through her. Sinchita, he pleaded, you do believe me, don't you? I want to, she began, and then made a decision. I do, Frankie, but I know what other people would think. With Frankie's gaze locked on her face, she organized her thoughts before she spoke again. You didn't bring that back to police headquarters today, did you? She asked him. When he shook his head numbly, she nodded. That's what I thought. Well, maybe that's when somebody put the scissors and newspaper clippings in it. Well, you were out. They knew you wouldn't be back for a while. She met his gaze. Frankly, it looks like somebody wants to make you look like the prime suspect. But why? I didn't kidnap Ray, he protested and stood to pick up the scissors. No, Sinchita warned. Don't touch them. That's exactly what the person who's framing you wants you to do. Once your fingerprints are on the scissors, nobody is going to believe you're innocent. Sinchita plucked a tissue from her purse. Carefully, she scooped up the scissors and clippings with the tissue and dropped them inside into her handbag. In the morning, I can ask Sergeant Sue to check them for prints, she offered, but I doubt there'll be any. She closed the clasp of her handbag. Frankie jumped. The snap had sounded like a gunshot. Frankie, she whispered, why would somebody try to frame you? He shrugged helplessly. I don't know. It wouldn't be Rocky, would it? She prompted him on Maxie. But they were at police headquarters with me, he said weakly. They could have got somebody else to do their dirty work for them, she suggested quietly. Frankie was about to answer. Suddenly he rested his head in his hands. I know everyone thinks I'm rude and cranky, but sometimes I can't stand being famous. He looked up into Sinchita's eyes. Can you understand that? I don't trust people anymore. I don't know who my friends are, or even if I got any friends. The restaurant manager and the waiter were approaching their table, but Frankie waved them away. I think you should go home, he told Sinchita. I just want to go back to my room and do some thinking. He scribbled his mobile phone number on a paper napkin. Let's talk tomorrow, he whispered. Alvin called everyone to headquarters the next morning for an urgent meeting. When they began trooping in, he met them with a despairing look. Mom wants me off the case, he announced. I tried talking to her, but she won't listen. My mom said the same, Azizu grumbled. He crossed the pile of waiter's uniform and found his mobile phone. But we can't stop now, Wailing tried to hide her disappointment. Suddenly, Sinchita burst into the room. You won't believe my news, she called. It's old news already. Mars giggled and held up the morning newspaper. Above, a photo of Sinchita and Frankie in a hotel foyer. A banner headline screamed, Mystery chick tames rude dude. Sinchita fell into a chair. Oh no, my mother will kill me. I didn't think you liked Frankie, Rafi grinned. Wailing's curiosity got the better of her. What did he say? She blurted out. Sinchita told them what had happened at the restaurant. She dug into her bag and placed the scissors and newspaper cuttings sealed in plastic on the table. I think we should get Sergeant Sue to examine them. While Alvin made the call, Rafi wrote 3 names on a large sheet of cardboard. Rocky, Frankie, Maxie. Then below, with a different colored pen, he added another word, bouncer. They are they are our main suspects, right? He mused. One of them, or maybe even two of them, got the bouncer to get rid of Romeo. And that's why they sent a ransom note, reasoned Azizu, fiddling with his tab. Whoever did the kidnapping couldn't make the ransom demand by phone because someone could recognize his voice. Great thinking, Azizu, agreed Alvin, finishing his thought to Sergeant Sue excitedly. Except Frankie is innocent, protested Cinchita. Someone tried to frame him. Willing jumped up. And Rocky isn't a suspect either. Who said? Scoffed Alvin, and her cheeks flat red. It's got to be an inside job. Must that at the least. If it isn't Rocky or Frankie, that lists Maxie as the kidnapper. She frowned and played with her earring. What do we really know about him? I mean, every time I see him, he is always very nervous. He doesn't look like he could hurt anyone, let alone kidnap them. Rafe shrugged. Maybe that's how he handles all the pop stars. They all think they are so important and he's got to try to keep them happy. Welling walked over to the table and fanned a sheaf of printed pages across it. I was on the net last night. This is what I downloaded from Maxie's website. His full name is Maximilian Bloom, and he's one of the biggest managers in the music industry. But if he's so big, Alvin challenged her, why would he kidnap one of his own stars? Azizu got up and stood beside the list of names. I think we are going about it the wrong way, he announced. Everyone stared at him and in stunned silence. What do you mean? Demanded Cinchita. Well, think about it, replied Azizu, toying with his tab. He pointed at the word bouncer. That's who we should be looking for. Him. He's the link. Once we find him, he can tell us which one he's working for, Rocky or Frankie or Maxie. When Sergeant Sue arrived to collect the scissors, he gazed at the four names written on the cardboard. I can see you're being very scientific about it, he grinned. Then he sat down in his favorite chair. Well, there have been some developments overnight, he reported, glancing at Azizu. The blood we found on the floor where Romeo was being held, matches his blood type. And also that bouncer you followed, Azizu, didn't show up for work last night. He was supposed to be helping the other bodyguards to stop fans from getting into the hotel. Sergeant Seuss consulted his notes. His real name is Zeke, and he's got a record for violence back in the States. Azizu, you were lucky he didn't catch you in that old building. If he'd found out you'd followed him, he might have killed you. The sergeant got to his feet. This case is getting more dangerous by the hour, he told them. You've done some very good detective work so far, but now it has to stop. I don't want you trying to solve the mystery yourselves. Alvin's mother appeared in the doorway behind him. Alvin, you understand why, don't you? She asked him. Alvin looked from her to Sergeant Sue and nodded. But what if we think of something? He wanted to know. What if we have a breakthrough idea? Sergeant Sue gave him a stiff smile and as he left the room, I can't stop you thinking, Alvin, but that's all you can do. You can call me whenever you like, but I don't want you to do any more investigating on your own. Is that clear? The man known as Zeke had been hiding in the car park behind Alvin's headquarters. He had seen Sergeant Sue arrive. Now the policeman was leaving. He stroked his start laughing. It was time to make his move, too, and settle a straw with that teeth with the cat.